It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
How long? Until we figure it out. Until I uncover the full truth of this case. This is why you have a Bronze Star, you half-ass everything.
Oh! Damn! Just dragging Byakuya.
My favorite pastime. Hello everyone and welcome back to 4pixels. Your hosts are here to finish up the fourth case of Danganronpa. Yay!
Yay!
I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? Naive. You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship and gal pals don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves. Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced. She just shut down that entire spiel he just wasted time for.
Ugh, how many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism. But there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room? Well... Oh my god. That doesn't matter! Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything? No, it doesn't, but the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not. Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
Oh, that bronze star is gonna go away.
No! It's mine.
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious, too easy. You're easy, Byakuya.
Oh. He's right about everything. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you. That was... I was just nervous, so I didn't notice I'd left a footprint. You didn't notice? Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
You're not Yasuhiro. You're not that dumb.
Wow.
Damn, I can't hide behind that excuse. No. Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein. How come? That doesn't matter!
Hina, please. I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like it. It's clear that Hina is the culprit.
Waste your breath if you'd like as well, Byakuya.
Yeah, I'm going to get you.
I'll get that star.
There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else who could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Kyoko just ignores him completely.
Well... Right away I went to section C and got the poison. And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf? Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot. I see. Okay then, go on. So then I moved to section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told. First you went to section C to get the poison, then moved to section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from section C to section A. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
But if that's true, isn't that a little strange? Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
Again, Makoto? What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
聞いても同じだ。まったくいつまで続けるつもりだ。
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
How long? Until we figure it out. Until I uncover the full truth of this case. This is why you have a Bronze Star, you half-ass everything.
Oh! Damn!
Just dragging Byakuya.
My favorite pastime.
私は最初に C の棚に行ってそこから毒薬を取り出したんだよ。その時棚の前に粉末をまき散らしたのよ。棚から毒薬を取り出す時に瓶を落としちゃって、それでその後は C の棚から A の棚に移動して。
朝比奈さんは最初に C の棚に毒薬を取りに行ってそこで粉末をまき散らしたんだよね。
You said you went to get the poison from Section C, and that's where you spilled the powder, right?
それがどうしたの？
Yeah? What about it?
その後君はプロテインを取り出すために C の棚から A の棚まで移動したって言ったけどさ。
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein.
でも現場に残されていた足跡は C の棚から A の棚には向かってなかったよ。
But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A.
これって今の朝比奈さんの言葉と矛盾してるよね。
That contradicts what you just said.
What?
足跡を偽装するためにわざと遠回りしたんじゃねえのか?
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
それはないよ。
What if she climbed the shelf?
朝比奈さんがさっき言った
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
What the? Hina, what is the meaning of this?
Oh, what did she even say?
She said she didn't notice the footprints.
Oh, okay. Well...
朝比奈さん、あなたは嘘をついてるわ。
You lied to us. Plain and simple.
だってこの足跡を見る限りだと朝比奈さんが科学室で撮った
If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious.
粉末がまき散らされた後に科学室にやってきてそのまま直接 A の
The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A.
つまりあなたは C の棚には行かず A の棚だけで何かをしたみたいだって
So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
だからそれは
Well, you see...
What the?
This is satisfying.
What the hell? What's going on here?
Oh no!
朝比奈さんの証言でおかしいのは
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account.
What? No? My Bronze Star!
説明する前に
Before I explain that part and take that Bronze Star, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence? Impossible, that can't be!
He's the final boss!
証拠をくれたのはあなたじゃない
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
Oh!
I did?
say goodbye to the star.
毒薬の瓶の中にその証拠が隠されている
No!
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me.
こんな大事なものに気づかないなんて致命的な見落としをしたわ
Oh, Kyoko! Drag him!
And with that smile.
I'm amazed you of all people would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
言ってみろ
Just say it already. What is it you think you found?
私が見つけたのこれ
I found this.
Huh? A piece of glass. Looks like it's stuck inside her.
Makoto, I stabbed myself with this piece of glass. It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle.
Damn, and Byakuya didn't drink it.
粉末を飲んでくれたおかげで隠れている大変な人たちに
And the hidden clue was exposed thanks to you ingesting the powder, trying to show off.
おかげで謎が解けた感謝しておくわ
I couldn't have solved the mystery without you, so thank you for that.
Don't patronize me.
その破片
But what is it?
そう戸上君にはまだわからない
I love it.
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then.
大福あなた
Makoto, why don't you explain it? Cause I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Me? Why do you always do this every time, Kyoko? Every time!
It's more humiliating for Byakuya if Makoto drags him.
Fair point.
言ってみろその破片が何だと言うんだ
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
The shard of light blue glass. Kyoko found it in the bottle of poison. I think I remember now. I broke something the same shade of blue. Oh.
これだ
Sorota!
それって娯楽室の窓ガラスの破片だよね
It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
窓ガラスだと
The window?
僕が割った娯楽室の窓ガラスも薄水色だったし
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
そうね間違いないわでも間違いないからこそ変なのよ
You are right, it must be. Of course, that leads to another question.
どうして娯楽室の窓ガラスの破片なんかがこの毒薬の瓶の中に
How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
それの何がおかしいの
What's so strange about that?
おかしいよだって朝比奈さんの証言によると
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us, where was it the bottle of poison should have been when I broke the rec room window? According to what Hina told us,
これだ毒薬の瓶は科学室の A の棚に置いてきた
the bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina?
それなのにあの毒薬の瓶の中に娯楽室の窓ガラスの破片が入ってたってことは
And yet, somehow, a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
朝日奈っちの証言は嘘ってことか
Then everything Hina told us was a lie?
本当は毒薬の瓶が娯楽室にあったんだよ
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room.
少なくとも娯楽室の窓ガラスが割れるまでつまり密室が破られた時まではね
It was there, at least until the window got broken. In other words, In other words,
In other words.
in other words,
In other words,
in other
other
words,
In other words.
when the locked
In other
room was
words.
unlocked.
そうでないとあの瓶の中に窓ガラスの破片が入っていたことの説明がつかないよ。
There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
そしてそれは密室が破られた後で科学室の棚に戻され
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab.
逆に現場に落ちていたプロテインの容器あれが娯楽室に持ち込まれ
Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there.
おそらく密室が破られた後のつまり
That had to be after the lock room was opened. In other words, in other words, in other words,
In other
in other
words.
words, after Sakura died.
話が飛躍しすぎだ。
Wait! Hold on! You're moving too fast!
Oh, poor Byakuya can't follow the
密
logic.
室が娯楽室にあったのかもしれん。
I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked.
だがプロテインの容器が持ち込まれたのが密室が破られた後だとは言い切れないはずだ。
But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked?
それに大神が毒を飲んだのは毒が入ったプロテインの容器を渡されたからだろう。
We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right?
プロテインの容器が現場になかったとすると大神はどうして毒を飲んだんだ。
If that wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
そうねその説明もしておかないとね
You're right, we do need to explain that.
だけどその前にみんなに一つ確認しておきたいことがあるんだ
But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
確認って
Huh?
そのプロテインの容器に関してなんだけ
It has to do with the protein can.
ど大神さんの死体を発見した後誰かあれを蹴飛ばしたりしなかった
After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
何の話だ。誘導尋問か。
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
いいから答えて
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
身に覚えがないな。
Well, no. Not that I can remember.
僕もやってないよ。
Yeah, me either.
俺じゃねえぞ
Not me.
同じく
Same here.
私も
Y- yeah, me either.
そうこれで分かったわ
Okay then, that settles it.
やっぱりあのプロテインの容器が持ち込まれたのは密室が破られた後
That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
いい加減にしろ。なぜ言い切れる。
Oh, come on. How can you say that?
俺にわからんことをなぜ言い切れる。
How can you know what I don't know?
Because she's smart.
The reason she can say that is because there's evidence. There's proof that someone brought the protein can to the rec room after it was opened.
Look at all that dead people.
間違いないあのプロテイン
How did it get down to 4 minutes?
密室が破られるまで
I don't. Holy shit! Really? I have
じゃあ
no
あの容
idea.
器は密室が破られた
I
後に
wonder.
持ち込まれたのか
いや
Maybe
そんなはず
we
はない
just had very little on this one.
あれは
Hmm.
ずっと娯楽室にあったはずだ。もちろん密室が破られる前からな。
Wait. Yeah, it was that one. I don't
間違い
know.
ない
Oh, I think I know why. Because there were a couple times when I was
密室
trying
が
to
破
shoot
られる
the
まで
white noise. And I like hit the regular things, and I think that takes off a couple seconds.
Oh yeah.
But still,
10 minutes, like, what?
いやそんなはずはない
And,
how
I mean,
much
we've
did we start out with?
14.
娯楽室にあったはずだ
Oh yeah, it only takes like 7 seconds off.
密室が破られる前
No.
からな
we've been playing for a
Ooh.
while.
それは違う現場に落ちてた容器の周りにガラスの破片が散らばってたのは知ってるよね
You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
お前が割った窓ガラスの破片だったなそれがどうした
Of course, it came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
あの破片が散らばってたのはプロテインの容器の周りだけじゃなかったんだ
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can.
あの破片は容器の下にも散らばって
We
たん
also
だ
found pieces underneath the can.
We, you mean me.
What?
ガラスの破片が容器の下にあるってことはさ
And this proves it.
プロテインの容器が置かれたのは窓ガラ
It
スが
shows
割
that
ら
the
れた
can
後
must have been
ってこ
put
とにな
down
る
on
ね
the floor after the window was broken.
密室が破られた後ってことだよ
So it had to be after we got into the room.
No.
そう
I
いう
see.
ことか
So that's your explanation.
さっきキリギリがあの容器を蹴飛ばした者がいないかと聞いていたのは
Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it,
破片の上にあったのは誰かが容器を蹴飛ばしただけかもしれない
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
そっかその可能性を前もって潰しておくための質問だったんだね
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
おかげではっきりしたでしょ
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it?
密室時の娯楽室にあったのは毒薬の瓶だけプロテインの容器はあの部屋
As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison and not the protein can.
だけどそれらは密室が破られた後に入れ替えら
But
れ
once the room was opened up, they were switched. And as a result,
プロテインの容器が娯楽室に置かれ毒薬の瓶が化学
the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
だとすると大神が
if
毒を
that's
口
all
にしたの
true,
はなぜだ
then why did Sakura drink the poison?
毒の入ったプロテインの容器を受け取ったからこそあいつは毒を飲んだんじゃないのか
No, you assumed. We didn't all agree.
Shh. I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
いやそうじゃなかったんだよ
No, that's not why.
きっと大神さんは毒薬の瓶から直接毒を口にしてしまったんだ
The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
密室時の現場にあったのは毒薬の瓶だけとなるそれ以外の可能性は考えられない
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
大神は毒と知りつつその毒を飲んだということか
You're saying she drank it, knowing what it was?
そんな馬鹿げた話が
Such a ridiculous fiction is.
あってみるそれが
Exactly what happened. Your star, please.
No. No! No! Then tell us already.
いや
Here's my song. Please, tell us.
まず最初にはっきりさせておかなければならないのは
Kyoko, the star of the show.
Yep.
The bronze star.
She's got all of them. She's got the bronze, silver, and gold star.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing.
密室時の娯楽室にあった毒薬の瓶それを科学室の
We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
朝日奈っちが持ち出してオーガに渡したんだろ
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
大義君はどう思う？
What do you think, Makoto?
The one who got the poison from the chem lab and brought it to the rec room. It had to have been.
これだ。僕は
I think it was Sakura herself.
殺されたオーガチンが
So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself?
何言ってんの？そんなわけないじゃん。
What are you talking about? There's no way.
いいえ、大神さんが科学室に行っているのは確かよ。しかも毒薬のある C の種
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
嘘だよ。そんなの嘘だよ。
You really gonna fight Kyoko, Hina? Just
You want to be dragged too?
you're lying. Stop lying.
なんでそんな嘘言うのさ。
Why? Why would you lie like that?
No, it's not a lie. Sakura definitely went to Section C. Kyoko already showed me the evidence I need. Now I have to hit Hina with it. I have to make her accept it.
Ooh. There were a lot of these this chapter.
Yeah.
何言ってんの？ そんなの嘘だよ。違うもん。苗木のバカ。そんなの嘘だよ。何言ってんの？違うもん。もう終わりにしてよ。そんなの嘘だよ。
Dun, 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 dun.
さくらちゃんが
これで証明するよ。朝比奈さん、大神さんの足の甲に黄色い粉末が付着してたのは知ってる？
Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
足？
It did?
この黄色い粉末だよ。確か科学室の棚の前に撒き散らされていたのも。
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab.
黄色い粉末だったよね。
That powder was yellow, wasn't it?
It was.
つまり
It
大
was?
神さんの足の甲に
It
付
was.
着してたのはあの科学室の粉末だと
So the
考えら
powder
れる
we found on Sakura. What else could it have been but the powder from the chem lab?
でもどうして科学室の粉末なんかがオーガの足に
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's food?
しかも足の甲って
And it was only on her instep, right?
あの粉末が撒き散らされた時大神さんがその場に立ってたからなんじゃないかな。
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. And I believed we would finish this in this episode, but we have reached our limit, so we will wrap things
Oh.
up next time. See you guys
Woohoo.
then.
See you next
Bye-bye.
time.
Oh, this is awesome. Oh, look at that. Ah. I don't think this is very long, at least that's the impression that I've gotten. So, I mean, I don't know if I should just split this up or do it in one go. Looks like we have 2 hearts. Does that mean we only get 2 hits, or does each an autosave. Does that mean that each heart counts for several hits? I guess we'll find out. Ow. Oh, well, there we go. Only 2 hits. Wow. Are you gonna hurt me, Fishy? Probably. And do those drops from the ceiling hurt me? Probably.